Welcome to the kitchen at Palmer's Progress.
Today we're baking a strawberry tart.
Alright, for this bake we have 3 stages. We have our crust, and then the custard for our filling, and then the berries on top. For our crust, we place 1 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour, and 1/3 cup of confection sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of fine sea salt. Mix, and then place 1/2 cup of unsalted butter that's been cubed and chilled. Then place into a mixing bowl 1 large egg yolk and 2 tablespoons of cold water. And mix until all is incorporated. Alright, it's time to butter the tart dish, and then I'm going to put clumps of the crust in there and press it in. Right. Lily, you want to do some of this?
Sure.
Here you go. And into the freezer for 15 to 25 minutes. While the tart crust is chilling, we're going to prepare the compote of strawberries for the topping. And that takes 1 pound of strawberries, zest of half an orange, juice of half of an orange, about 3 to 4 tablespoons. And 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. And we're going to also add a tablespoon of cornstarch to thicken up our compote for the topping. That smells really good. The citrus and the sweet strawberries are going to be delightful. All right, so working with frozen strawberries is a little tricky because the temperature is, you have that really cold and then you have the high temperature. So I can tell now that my cornstarch has combined because I don't have that really milky white color in there. It's more of a glaze now. All right. So when we're using frozen strawberries, the tendency is for them to be kind of mushy, but we want those whole strawberries to be preserved because they look so pretty when they're whole. So that balance is a little tricky, but I think we've accomplished it. No more mixing. I can't mix anymore.
Alright, we have our crust just out of the freezer. We're going to poke it with a fork all over the place so it doesn't pop up everywhere. And then we're going to put tin foil onto the base here and cook it.
All right, so we have our tin foil. We butter the surface that's going to be on the pie or the tart crust, and then we're going to place it in the oven. It's at 350 for 25 minutes. I don't think us doing it together. Oh my goodness. This is not recommended.
Don't do this.
You're right.
Teamwork makes the pie
Okay,
crust.
so we take the tin foil off and then we put it in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes until it's lightly brown.
While the crust is finishing, we're going to make our custard filling. To make the custard, we're going to mix together 2/3 cup of granulated sugar, 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of fine salt, and 4 large egg yolks in the bottom of a large saucepan. Then drizzle in 2 1/3 cup of milk, whisking the whole time so that no lumps form.
Alright, this step always makes me think of how I like my hot chocolate. Does anybody else out there put just a tiny bit of the hot water in and then mix your hot chocolate and then pour the rest in? It's the same idea to not have any lumps. You slowly pour in that liquid and mix it in.
One teaspoon of vanilla extract.
I'm just gonna say here, when you're making a custard, it's really discouraging in the beginning. You think, how in the world can this be thick? But look at this, it's thickening up really nicely. I'm gonna take it off the heat and we're gonna let it cool before we add it to our crust. So we're gonna place this in a cool bath, just the container around the edges, so that we can have our dessert a little sooner. Oh, I almost forgot. And I just put the, will you get me something to stir with? We have to put a dash of a little liqueur here. It has a little bit of orange flavor to it, which will just go really well with our strawberries that have the zest and orange juice in them. Just a tablespoon. So nice. Alright, time to take the crust out. Ooh, I can hear it sizzling. Oh man. There we go. We want that to completely cool, along with our custard. And then we'll combine all these beautiful ingredients and enjoy some dessert. I'm still always amazed that you can take the same ingredients and make totally different things by just the method in which you do it. Sugar, eggs, milk. Simple and delicious. All right, everything is cooled. Our tart crust, our filling, as well as the strawberry topping. And now we're gonna use this to make sure we don't have any lumps in our filling. So go ahead and put that in there, and then we'll push it through the mesh there. Alright, who would like to try some? Right, I don't know, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna need to be in the kitchen.
Here, Lucy can have this and Dad can have that.
You can go.
Or not.
Alright, so now it's time for the strawberry compote. And you can see it's thicker than a compote because we added a little cornstarch. So it's set on our tart. Alright, here we go. We'll probably need somebody to help clean these out as well. So you can see the strawberries are still whole, so they still look pretty. Ooh. You could probably sit in the fridge for a little while to set, but I don't think we're gonna wait that long. No. We don't mind a little mess, right? Time to slice the tart.
The moment of truth.
Oh, I'm gonna move my hand. Just in case.
See how this
Set. All right, now it's time to try the tart. Let's see how it goes. Is it as good as it looks?
It is way better. Yes, very good. The strawberry, the orange just blend really well together, and mixed with that creaminess of the custard just makes it all wonderful.
If you enjoyed watching this bake, make sure to subscribe, and we'd love to hear your comments. This time, let us know some of your favorites that you've seen. We've done almost 20 bakes now, and we'd love to hear the ones that you really enjoyed.